Diamond's book about collapse. It's about the collapse of whole societies. One question that Evan raises is the level of analysis. Collapse of what? What is it that you are saying collapsed? And he's both raising that issue and he's raising the issue of the subjectivity of collapse and catastrophe. Okay, how does this work at the level of the consciousness of individuals and groups? And that's an important question all around, I'd say, for the other papers too. Okay, so he's onto something here. He's thinking. He knows Joseph Tainter, who wrote a famous book on collapse before Jared Diamond. Jared Diamond was inspired by Tainter. Is an archaeologist. Okay? He's not primarily thinking about subjectivity and consciousness. What he knows is there's a settlement there, and the settlement grew for a while, and then it collapsed. Right? He doesn't know much about what the people were thinking and how they felt about it. What he knows is there were a lot of people there, and then there weren't a lot of people there. Right. When we look at things that way, we see that there's a normal cycle of rise and fall that's been going on since the Stone Age. If you want to call every decline a collapse, fine. Sometimes collapse means more than that because it's normal. Okay, it's what the humans do. It gets bigger and then it gets smaller. No matter whether you're talking about settlements or polities or civilizations or what. There's a normal level of decline, and you can call that collapse or not. I study whole world systems. The topic of the session is collapse and catastrophe in the world system, which probably means the modern world system. But I study earlier regional world systems. That's how I know about this, okay? Whatever cities and settlements you study, including villages of indigenous people in Southern California before the Europeans get here, you see cycles. You see cycles of growth and decline. I would say the word collapse should probably be reserved for things that are more than normal decline, okay? Normal decline happens all the time. I'm sure that Evan's question is involved, like how are people feeling about this and who is having a problem with it. One thing Tainter says that you should pay attention to because you're considering the question of collapse and catastrophe for whom, is he says collapse is way worse for the elites than it is for the non-elites. Right? It's their stuff that collapses. The people manage, right? They're digging around anyway. It may hurt them a little bit, but they know how to survive. It's the elites that are screwed. They have no idea. They don't know where food comes from. They think that your servants deliver it. They don't, if they had to get their own, they're screwed. So it's hierarchy and elites that are mainly wrecked by collapse. And Tainter says this. He says it's not a catastrophe for everybody. This is an important point. It's very much related to your point, okay? Okay, so there's normal, what we do is, in our research, which we've done a lot of search on the sizes of polis and sizes of cities and stuff, is what we found is there really aren't very many collapses if you're thinking about whole world systems. There are these cycles, but there are not very many collapses. However, there are a few notable examples. The Mayan one that everybody mentions wasn't really a collapse. It was just things were moving, which is normal. Okay? Some cities collapsed, but other cities grew later on, and the center moved from one area to a different area and stuff. That's just what happens. Okay? A collapse is it goes down and it stays down for a while. The Harappan civilization of the Indus was like that. Okay, it disappeared and nothing really happened there for a long time. There was a situation like that in South